What's up, Internet? JD Nitro here, and today I'm going to be talking about something that brings my blood to a boil. Something that has brought me into the brink of insanity since the time I was 16 years old. Something that truly drives me nuts. Today, I'm going to be talking about traffic jams. It just drives me nuts. Now, right away, I can hear some of you in the comments, "Oh, JD, how can a traffic jam possibly drive you nuts? That's just a small side effect of living in a major city. You learn to deal with it." No, 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 no! I personally have traveled for work on multiple occasions, business trips and such. I've been to multiple big cities all across the country, and I have never come across worse traffic than what you can find in my own backyard. Now, I live in Central Texas. I live roughly an hour outside of Austin. Austin traffic is the worst traffic in this country, period. Hands down. Let me explain why. From where I live into Austin, you have to get on Interstate Highway 35. Now, for the most part, Interstate Highway 35 is a decent stretch of highway. You can go 70 miles an hour, and under normal conditions, you can get from point A to point B in a relatively quick amount of time. Like I said, I live roughly an hour outside of Austin. Sometimes I can get there in less time because I admit I do have a lead foot. My name is Nitro, after all. But the problem begins once you get inside the city limits of Austin. Austin traffic is so heavy during peak hour, it is not uncommon to come to a complete standstill. An absolute standstill where no cars are moving, and the ones that can move are cruising along at a pace so slow a slug can pass them by. And the reason why this is such a problem is because 9 out of 10 times, there is no legitimate reason for traffic to slow down. I kid you not. A couple of weeks ago, I went to Austin because I wanted to go to Whole Foods because I was looking for a specific ingredient for a new recipe that I was testing. And traffic on the highway came to an almost standstill for about 4.5 miles. I'm sitting in the car doing this, with my foot just barely touching the gas for 4.5 miles, and then all of a sudden traffic picks back up. Now, normally a legitimate reason for traffic to stop is if there's a traffic accident, or perhaps someone gets pulled over for a speeding ticket and everyone else feels the uncontrollable urge to rubberneck. Which, by the way, if you're a rubbernecker, stop it. Stop rubbernecking. You are slowing down traffic and pissing me off. Okay? If someone gets pulled over by the police for speeding or whatever type of traffic violation, it doesn't concern you. Stop rubbernecking, eyes forward, and get to your destination. And if it happens to be a traffic accident, that's an even bigger reason not to rubberneck. Someone is injured, police and medical professionals are trying to do their job. Eyes straight, get where you're going. And if you do just have this uncontrollable urge to rubberneck at a traffic accident or traffic stop, pull over, because some of us have places to be. But back to my point, for 4.5 miles, traffic simply slowed down to a crawl for no reason whatsoever. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, JD, when you have a lot of vehicles coming on to an on-ramp, that's going to slow down traffic. It shouldn't slow down traffic in the left-hand lane. And speaking of the left-hand lane, there is nothing worse than a person in the left-hand lane who refuses to do the speed limit. If the speed limit is 75, you need to be doing 75. Or you need to get into the right-hand lane where you can slow down. Or better yet, just go ahead and get off the freeway and take the service road where you can cruise at a more leisurely pace. If you're on the freeway in the left-hand lane, you need to be doing the speed limit. Or maybe a little bit above if the cops aren't around. But the thing that bothers me so very much about Austin traffic, and I have not seen this anywhere else, in any other city that I have gone to for business or family road trip or whatever the case may be, I have never seen this anywhere else. Austin, Texas is a very, very active lifestyle city. Okay, there are dozens of bike trails and hiking trails, which are all good things, but I want to know what possesses a person to ride a bicycle on the freeway. I kid you not. This happened about a year ago. I was in Austin going to visit some friends. We were going to have a good time. And on the freeway, traffic slowed down to less than 50 miles per hour because a moron was riding a bicycle. I kid you not. My vehicle, then in front of me was a guy in a Prius. In front of the Prius, there was a guy in a Volvo. In front of the Volvo, there was a lady in a older model vehicle. I don't remember what it was. And then in front of her, in the right-hand lane, was a man on a bicycle. Now I know a lot of you are saying, well, JD, why didn't you just get in the left-hand lane and go around? Because I was coming up on my exit. I was literally 2 miles away from the exit when I came upon this moron, this brain-dead idiot who obviously had a death wish. Now let me be clear. I am not anti-bicycling, okay? I'm totally fine with people who want to ride a bicycle because, one, it's good exercise. It is. It's a great cardio workout. And in some cases, bicycling can be a lot of fun. But why? Why would you get on the freeway with a bicycle, especially if you are in or anywhere near the city of Austin? Austin has dozens of bike trails, and in a lot of areas they have specific bicycle lanes that were put there with taxpayer money for the express purpose of giving bicyclists a safe place to ride. And for those who are not familiar, if you in a motorized vehicle accidentally drift into a bicycle lane, you can get a ticket. And these tickets are not cheap. They're usually several $100s. So why would you get on the freeway with a bicycle? Think about it, a non-motorized vehicle. Even if you're a champion level bicyclist, you cannot pedal a bike at the same freeway speeds that a car can go at. You literally have a death wish if you get on the freeway with a bicycle. And truthfully, I just don't understand why it is that so many people who we assume were smart enough to pass the driving test to get their license can't grasp the simple concept of driving on the freeway. I personally can solve all traffic problems if the rest of the drivers would get on board with my philosophy. My driving philosophy is a simple one. It is one word: go! If you're on the freeway, or really if you're driving in general, go. Just go. Put your foot on the accelerator and go at the appropriate speed limit. You don't want to get a speeding ticket because those can get expensive. But go. Unless you're on a bicycle, then you don't go on the freeway. You go into a bicycle lane. But alas, I can digress, because there's only one thing that brings sanity back into my life, and that is when you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss when I post a new video. As always, thanks for watching. I'm out.